All right, Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's pushing this truth across the four winds of the earth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. This your brother Khan from the GMS Columbus camp. Just coming to you with a real quick hit. And as you can see, what I have pulled up right here, I just want to let this video play, bring out a couple precepts, and close it out.
I have been prepping for about 3 years now, and I have acquired quite a few things. I've been getting ready for those natural disasters, economic disasters, political disasters. We stocked up on a lot of the short-term foods that you might use within 2-3 month period. Stocked up on your freezer foods, things you can store for a couple of years and don't have to worry about it. We've stocked up on home defense, family defense, self-defense. We got a lot of things that a lot of people just don't think about. A lot of times, a lot of people think it's pretty extreme. It certainly don't hurt to be ready for anything. You never know when your local water system's going to get contaminated. Even if you're on well water, something could spill and contaminate the groundwater. And having that long-term food for when you have to hunker down for a long time really helps. We have solar generators, we have backup batteries, we have solar panels, and we have power inverters. Plenty of toilet paper to combat that toilet paper shortage. Packing food away in Mylar is definitely something we did a lot of. Having go bags ready to go just in case you do have to go, it's also a definite thing you should be doing. Alternative ways to filter water is also a good thing. Stacking up on sriracha, most definitely.
Yeah, so you see, Esau is getting, he's been preparing for 3 years. And a lot of Edomites across Babylon, also known as America, has been preparing in the same way, for these disasters or whatever, they're looking to happen. But we know it is going to be a time of Jacob's trouble for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And these things here that you see that a lot of East Edomites do, a lot of Jakes prepare in this type of way too also. But the thing is, you don't know where you might be in that day when all hell breaks loose. You don't know where you're going to be at. You could be out of town. You don't know where you're going to be. So these things are set up. Man's going of the Lord. So these things are set up for the elect men of the nation of Israel, men, women, and children. To It's set up for them. These things that you're preparing, you might not even get to see none of this stuff in that time when things go down, because the scriptures tell us, and I'm gonna get it. This is Isaiah 65 and 13, and it reads, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry." Yeah, who was his servants? The elect, the 144,000 and one third hopeful elect that's destined to make it. Those are his servants. That's gonna eat and not be hungry. But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink. And who is that going to be hungry? That's going to be those of you who didn't put your trust in Yahweh Shemel Shah when his mercy was extended to you, when he had his men out here on the highways and byways, these video pistols giving you the warning. You didn't take heed to it, and that's talking to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the children of Israel. I'm starting back from the top. This is Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power Yahweh Bashem Shah. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Yeah, you know, he has, water stored up. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of these Edomites have been preparing in this same type of way. They know something is coming. It's just that you Jakes don't know, and that's going to be to your punishment, because a lot of you Jakes are going to starve. You know, but these things that set up, like you see all these storage cases full of food. Hey, Jake gonna be Not Jake, but the elect are going to be well fed in that day. Now, it's going to be it's not going to be perfect, but the Lord is going to feed his men, you know. You might have to go a couple of days without eating, but then you might run across something like this. And Edomites, they are prepared in the same way with weapons, with food, water, medicine, all these things that you might need in that time. You know, the Lord is going to provide it for the elect. Get another scripture real quick. This is Second Esdras 2 and 27. And it reads, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh." Yeah, that day of trouble is coming. Hey, should there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Roughly paraphrasing. So it's going to be a time of trouble and heaviness. Others shall weep and be sorrowful. That's going to be two-thirds of our people, and a lot of you nations, you other nations, because the Lord is going to take care of his elect in that day. You know, these things are being stored up for the elect because, like I said, you don't know where you might be in that time of trouble, man. When that day of trouble hit, we don't know where we're going to be at. So, hey, if you've seen that movie, Leave the World Behind, that was a prime example. You know, the little girl was trying to she went wandering off, but she wandered off to a stash of food and the things that she was going to need, you know. But that's for the elect, though, the elect of Israel. That's what's going to happen with them. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance, right? Don't this look like an abundance of food? You're not going to be able to eat all this, you know. And and in that time, you might have to keep moving. We don't know what's going to happen, but if you got to buckle down, you got to stay somewhere for a minute. You want to be in a place like this that has uh, abundance of food, you know. And with that, hey, the elect are going to be merry in that day. They're going to be happy because they're going to have an abundance. The Lord is going to have them with abundance of food, wine, strong drink, whatever the case may be. The Lord is going to provide it for his men. Lord willing, we're some of those men if we make it that far, you know, because we don't know what our day, you know, what day our day to day, um, you know, is. You know, we don't know if we're gonna be here one day and go on the next. You know, but if we're in this time of trouble, we want to be uh, taken care of in this fashion, the way Yahweh Shah said he was going to take care of his men. He said it. He said his servants were going to eat and drink, and we're trying our best to be what the Lord is looking for in being his servants by doing his will to the best of our ability. This is Psalms 37 and 19. And it reads, "They shall not be afraid, Salah. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time." Because we know bad times are coming. Jacob trouble is going to be a bad time. Perilous times is coming, you know, as the scriptures say. Perilous times are coming. There's no getting around it. And in the days of famine, thou shalt be satisfied. That's not talking about everybody. That's talking about the elect men of Yahweh Shah, the elect men, women, and children. They're going to be satisfied in the times of famine because we do know that a famine is coming pursuant to the book of Amos, where it says it's going to be a famine of bread and water. Also, the word of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Shah. You know, let me read that again. This is Psalms 37 And 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time. What ashamed, that goes in to being they're not going to feel guilty or feel sorry, for the people that's out here starving, because the Lord is going to take care of them like they trusted in Him to take care of them. And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied, meaning full. You know, the scriptures say we're going to have abundance. Lord willing, we some of those men. But in preparing in the way this Edomite has prepared right here, been preparing for 3 years. Hey, that's a lot of food. If you got to, like I said, if you got to hunker down somewhere, you want to be in a place like this, and Lord willing, if men, during that time, men find these this abundance of food in their time of need, because we know that it's going to be a famine. So that's just what it's going to be. So let me get this last scripture and close out, because all this you've been doing, it doesn't mean anything. You could do all this, but the Lord can set it up where you're somewhere where you will never be able to get back to these riches of things that you put up for yourselves, to have. But it's going to be, like I said, for the elect. This is Proverbs. Slop. Proverbs 11 and 4. And it reads, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. So these things that you got stored up with the riches that you had to store this stuff, because you got to have money to do stuff like this. This stuff right here, it takes a lot of money and time. It took him 3 years to store all this up. But it's not going to profit him in the day of wrath. It's not going to profit him in that day, because if you're not, if you don't have the hedge and protection of Yahweh Shalom Shah, then you're going to suffer in that day. And a righteous is going to be delivered from death. They're going to be delivered from the famine. They're going to be delivered from the perils that's going to be happening in that time, because bad times, perilous times are coming. Hey, so with that, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000 and one third hopeful elect. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.